Hello everyone. Once again, one more topic of this chapter 13. Already you know that in previous class what we have done. In that we have seen the population growth is there, then the model growth models are there. In the previous classes we have done, adaptations we have done. So now the one more topic, and I already since beginning I told about that. In this chapter they have got two parts are there, because ecology definition is there, the interaction among organisms and interaction between organisms and physical environment. So in this chapter, the first topic of this part of this we have taken the interaction between organisms and physical environment. Means whether we have seen the abiotic factor, how they are affecting the organisms and how the organisms are coping up with that. Then we have seen number of modifications are there to survive against those stressful conditions. So now then this part we are taking, that will be interaction among organisms. So here the number of species are surviving. Suppose we talk about one ecosystem, so number of species are surviving there, right? So now then two species, how they are interacting to each other. So we are showing in your book is also given that graph or that table. I am also giving here, I am also explaining that the population, that is also called population interaction. What is it called? Population interaction. Means here that species, means one population of any species of one population to interact to the other, means how they are interconnected to each other, how they are interdependent to each other. So then we will see that first of all we are giving that, because when two species, suppose we are putting the term species A or species B, right? So then we are giving first of all the population interaction, the first name I am giving. In your book another name, but I will start from that. Now first name of that interaction, that is predation. What is it? Predation. In this predation, one species benefited, but other one species getting harm. Means those are benefited, we are showing it plus marks, right? And those are showing, those are getting harm, and that will show, or you can say that will be killed by this one, right? This species killed by this species. So now then that is they are getting something, they are getting food, but they are being killed by this. So then that will be showing that negative or minus, right? It shows that it is getting benefit, second one is getting harm. Second interaction, that is a predation. Second we are taking, that is a parasitism. We are taking parasitism. All of you know parasites, right? So now then interaction between two species. Now that will be one, means one is harmful, other one the same thing is. I will tell you the difference. That's why I have taken together these two. It means in the same case is there, one species getting harm, other one is getting killed, getting they are getting harm, right? So now this third one is there, that is commensalism. What is it? Commensalism. In that case, commensalism means one species getting, means that is beneficial, right? Means we can say that it will be beneficial or benefited. Now, but other one is neither harm or neither getting benefited nor getting harm. Means neutral, right? That it means neutral. That doesn't matter, then that will be they are surviving together, but one is benefited from other, but other one is not having any effect on whether it will be present or not, right? So now then next one, fourth one, that is mutualism. Mutualism. Another form it is also called symbiosis. You know about symbiosis? Symbiosis, that is, both are getting benefited. So here mutualism, mutual understanding. Mutual means both are benefited from each other. Means without one, that means that is also plus, that is also plus. Means it cannot survive without this, that cannot survive without this, right? So both mutual understanding is there. So this is mutualism. Now next it is table. It is given in your book also, table. I will also show that table, because from that table I am taking that one. This one here. Now I have taken predation earlier, parasitism in your book. The sequence is predation, parasitism, then I have taken commensalism, mutualism. Then next one is their competition. Competition. right? This competition means both are getting harm. Means suppose a very simple example we will see. Suppose we are alone, right? So we have got 2 chapatis are there, and now we are eating that 2 for only one, because we are only one. So that those 2, suppose myself I am taking, so that those 2 chapatis for me, right? So I am getting 2, but maybe some other person, a guest can, so then that 2 chapatis will be we will distribute we will share among these between 2, right? So then what we will get? 1. I will get 1, and then say my guest is also getting 1, because both are getting 1 while that chapatis are 2. So it means both are getting less, right? So that is a competition. Means here that is minus and that is minus, right? Both are getting, means they are negative, means that it will be whatever that they are. If that is only single or alone, then they can take everything. But if that one more will share that, it will be distributed. So now then this is called competition. Now next one is there amensalism. It is also given in a book. Then amensalism means here these are total 6. Amensalism, one is getting harm but other one is neutral. One getting benefit but other one we can write nothing, right? Neutral means in commensalism also we cannot write minus here, that is left. Means no minus, no better, because that is also called neutral. In what way they are showing in your book? They are showing 0. We can also make it 0 then. Commensalism, that will make it like this, neutral like this, right? So now then we will talk about these one by one. So first of all today we will take the first of all, means today in this we are taking these predation, right? The first interaction, predation. In this chart we can show that they are maybe sometimes that is neutral, right? Neutral, sometimes beneficial, sometimes detrimental. Detrimental means harmful. Neutral means there no effect, means nothing will be there, neither harm nor useful. Beneficial, and that will be one species is getting benefit from the others, right? So first we will see predation and parasitism we have taken together, because these are very more similarities are there. You see that will also positive, that will also negative, positive, negative, means in both interactions one is getting benefit, other one getting harm. So what is the difference between these two we will take. So first of all we will see predation. It's very important, 3 marks question in CBSE. Now then you see what that interaction is, for ecosystem that is good, right? For ecosystem that is good, you can say that is useful. Predation, how question is there in board exam, how predation is advantageous in any ecosystem. So we will see how. So first of all predation, in predation there are 2 species are there. These 2 species, one is called predator, one is called predator, and second one is called prey. Means predator which will kill this prey, or prey is being killed by these predators, means that prey is food for them. That prey is getting harm because their life is finished and they are getting food, right? So this is the interaction between predator and prey, right? So now we will see that how. First advantage, first useful, first it will be the channelizing, that will useful for the conduction of energy through tropic levels, means that is you can say energy channel, you can say energy channel, means in your book it is written conduits, means they are energy channel, because after eating this prey they are getting energy, right? Now then that will be, means that will be first of all that will be the conduits energy. These are the 4 energy channel. Second one is there, that will be they are controlling population of this species, prey species, means that is control of prey species, population, the species of population, control of prey population. Third advantage is there, that will be it is used as a biological control. We have seen in that way The third unit, biological control. Right? Now fourth one is there, that will also be maintaining species diversity. Maintaining species diversity means number of species of various kind of species are living together in one ecosystem. How it will be, we will explain that. Now the fifth one, that will lessen the that will reduce the intensity of competition. Means there are, one by one we will take, right? Means there are 5 advantages of this predation. It's given in your book also, but in paragraph you can mark it. When you will read, you can mark it points also. All those points I have taken from your NCERT book, but I am making in the point wise. First one, we can come to the energy channel. Means I told us about, energy, flow of energy from one transfer of energy from one topic level to the another one. So now then, by eating this, now the energy is coming to this, right? So that is starting of this. They are conduits of energy. Second one, how control of they are controlling prey population. How? Suppose we are giving simple example. In any ecosystem, a grass ecosystem, only goats are there, right? Only goats are there, no lion is there. Lion is eating, goats. If lion is predator of goat. But suppose in that ecosystem, no lion is there. It means population of goat is increasing. When population of goat is increasing, it means that, goat will depending on grass. And then at the time in that particular ecosystem, that grass population finished. No grass is there. So if that is your grass is the producer for that particular ecosystem, so that it will be the whole entire ecosystem. Entire ecosystem will be disturbed, not balanced. So now then, for this, if lion is there, if suppose we are giving example of goat and lion, if lion is there, so lion is getting means that will be the population of prey will be controlled. Because by lion is eating that goats also. So now then, otherwise, if no predator is there, so then prey population will be uncontrolled, right? Such a large number of population of those particular preys are there, which will be not good for any kind of ecosystem. So it means because of predator, the control of prey population. Is that clear? As you see that now one example is given in your book. A simple example in first unit we have done water hyacinth Eichhornia, right? Scientific name Eichhornia. That is a terror of Bengal. It was that is an exotic species that will coming from outside. Now then it will in Calcutta you can say that is just like a ornamental plant, because their blue color flowers are very beautiful. So now for ornamental purposes it was brought from outside and from foreign. Abroad. So now what will happen, but they are growing so fast and rigorously, as you see. Now very soon that will be spreading the whole water surface, then absorbing all oxygen from that place. So other aquatic life of this pond or that water ecosystem will be disturbed or disturbed, unbalanced. So now that is not good. One example is there, one more example is given in your book. Now one in Australia, cactus prickly pear. That example, cactus prickly pear, which was introduced in Australia in 1920s. Cactus, or you can say prickly. Right here we can write prickly pear cactus. Now it was introduced in Australia. Right, but what happened there? Because of that is from exotic species. So then there are no natural predators, which when it was introduced in the Australia in that particular ecosystem, so they are natural because it was exotic species. So no natural predators are there. So no one is going to eat that. So now then spreading that will become havoc for that Australian government. So now it will be very difficult. So now then the government has taken a step for that to minimize that the growth of this. So now what they had done, they introduced one moth, which is the predator of this prickly pear cactus, right? And now then that will be that moth. In your book its name is not given, but I am telling you, Cactoblastic, right? This is the moth name, which is the predator of this prickly pear cactus, and then after that it will be controlled. So it means that predator is very important for this control of prey population, right? So now the next one is the biological control. I think no need to tell you about this, because in third unit then we have done biological control. Number of bacteria we are using to control. Now genus, baculovirus is also we are using for that, because any means that harmful species, harmful organisms, when we want to kill, the number of pests are there, those are harmful, so we are killing by this means biological control. We are using some living things. Very in this book it is not given, but you have heard, I think in lower, I think in class 9th maybe. Now then what will happen in biological control? One larvivorous fish is there, that is called Gambusia. That Gambusia, G-M-B-U-S-I, Gambusia fish. Now which is larvivorous fish. So now it is used for killing larvae of mosquitoes, right? So that means that will biological control. We are killing the harmful mosquito by using this Gambusia. Then that Gambusia is getting food. So then Gambusia, that time it is predator, or that mosquito larvae, that is a prey. So we can control, biological control, to kill that harmful organisms. We are using these predators, right? So now that is also the one. So it means by this we are controlling these harmful population, harmful population of any organisms, harmful organisms. Now come to the maintaining species diversity. How it is so? In one ecosystem, right? Suppose number of species are there. So number of species are there, but that as the same, the predators are the different. This one predator is just, I told about this moth. This moth, Cactoblastic, which will predators for this one, right? That will kill only this. Other species they can survive. So now what will happen, that in that particular area or ecosystem, when number of species are there, so then the different predators are there, so then that will eat, means that will be number of species of that particular will be eaten less. So then all those few species of that, all those species are still remaining there after eating or after killed by predators. Still then we are getting here, because that will be not only single species is there and not only single predators is there. So then we can conserve that number of species here. So we can maintain by this predation, we can maintain species diversity also. Means while only one species is there, so one predator, the whole species will be finished. But it happens that the 3-4 species are there, 3-4 predators are there for that particular species. So that then it means all predators cannot, all species that cannot be finished by at once. So now then that will be surviving. So few are still remaining present in that ecosystem where the predators are also there. Now next one, reduce the intensity of competition. Means here, when we are, that number of species are there, or same species, number of population is there, suppose in one species, right? Now then no predators is there, so then that will be surviving more. So in that particular species, when the number of species are there, suppose number 2, 4, 5 together, and no predators are there, so then all those species will survive. So then it means what will happen there? Again Darwin's law, struggle for existence, right? We will see in that evolution chapter 7. But still because we have to third, that is second unit. Now in that Darwin has told among the species the struggle for existence. As you know, in your class, number of students you are studying there, everyone wants to get good marks, more than 95 or 100%. So now you will struggling for getting good marks. So all of you are getting. So that is a competition among you. In that particular class, for getting 100%, there is a competition, right? So in that also that will be competition is there. So now then what will happen here? What will happen? That food, because competition for space, for food, for water. Now then all they were fighting, all those species are fighting for that. So then that will be finished. So the same example is given in there, when that will be example is there in that particular ecosystem. If one species predator will be removed from that particular place, so then number of species are becoming extinct because of competition. They will compete each other and they cannot survive. And that is also example of this. One more example of this there is given in your book also, because question can be asked in your book in your book. Then one more is there, that is the Paestus starfish. In a specific, I think in America, Pacific land, that is a Paestus is there, starfish is there, and that will be surviving, means no predator is there, they are surviving too fast. Until unless we are not introducing any predator is there. So now then it means how predation is important for this, first of energy point of view, second control of prey population, third biological control, fourth maintaining species diversity, and fifth one reduce the intensity of competition. Means here the last which I am giving, then one, if predators are removed, so all those species those are surviving there, that will become extinct. Near about more than 10 invertebrates species are there, those will be extinct in the absence of predators. Otherwise, if predators are there, they are eating also, so then the population will be controlled, so then that competition is less. It means predation reduces the intensity of competition, right? So this is, so now then what will happen, that now suppose that is a story of predators. But prey will do something, adaptation now, the same as we have done adaptation, means they have to prevent them from predator. Means those prey, they should, means they have developed some characteristics in their body, adaptation, to avoid or to prevent themselves from the predators, right? And that predators also depending on them. If prey are not there, how can they get food? So then predators are becoming extinct. It means that is an interaction between predators and prey. Both are very much important for each other, right? So then you see that number of, one example is given which are important, and the frequently asked. Means prey also developing some, means as we talk about the plants, they are developing their thorns are there, cactus is there, cactus and opuntia, they are having thorns are there. So that predators is not easily, that will be, those cactus will not be eaten easily by these predators because of thorn. And other predators means that herbivores are there, means goats and cattle, they cannot browsing easily because of their cactus. That is simple development of some spines or thorns are produced or developed. That is adaptation, again adaptation. One more the example is given, monarch fly, butterfly, monarch. That is popular for that butterfly, that is monarch. You can make underline in your book also, that is you can make underline in your book, page number, monarch butterfly, page number 234. First paragraph, first line in that, start in beginning, right? So now then, how they are, because that they are very distasteful. If predators will eat them, so then they have a very that is not liked by predators because of their distaste. Or that distaste they are getting from at the time of their development, and when that will be in the caterpillar stage, the feeding on the poison weed, that caterpillar feeds on poisonous weeds, and from that chemical which is making them distasteful, from this at the time of larvae stage, means that larva or you can say caterpillar. That is, you can say one more, that is that to prevent themselves from this, that is a chemical. The chemical change is there, they are producing then toxic substance, and that toxic substance they are getting, those chemicals they are getting from poisonous weed. That is also the one of the adaptation. Sometimes to protect themselves they are changing their color, right, camouflage. Now then, as that it will be at the just surroundings, as lizard, chameleon, they are changing their skin color when they are in which surrounding, so that predators cannot easily detect them and they will be safe, right? One more example is there, Calotropis. It is given in your lab also, that is Calotropis, that is a plant. It will not be eaten, but it will be Calotropis. Will be found in the field. number population is more because predators is not there. Why? Because they are having some chemicals that is also called cardiac. It's very important that cardiac glycosides, which are produced inside it. So when any cattle is coming to browse it or graze it, they cannot be because of this glycochemicals are there which are present. So now then that is one of the means to protect themselves from predators. One more, nicotine, caffeine, opium, these are the chemicals which are produced by a number of plants which we are using it, but those chemicals are produced in their plant's body only to protect themselves by the predators, from the predators. It means that predation is there, predation is good, but some organisms are also developing in themselves, in their body, to protecting themselves, because organisms, they have to survive. So now in any way, so then they are developing some chemically they are inside, sometime outside morphology will be changed, as thorns are developed. So these are this is about the predation, right? So I have covered, I think all examples are there in your book, because those you can make underline of these examples also. These are very important. One more, that is I had given that one, American Pacific Coast starfish. I told this starfish, that is a predators, which I told the example of this in one ecosystem, that starfish, it will be removed, suppose. So what will happen in that field? Let us given this example. In that field, more than 10 invertebrate species that will be fully extinct, only because there is competition among those species, and then for food, for place, and for water. So they are not getting enough food and enough water and enough space, so then they become extinct. But in the same case, the predators also, the chances of being extinct, because that will be then when they are not getting food, they will become extinct. It means that is interaction, both. Now then come to the second, I have written in that chart which I have shown you in the beginning, I told in the parasitism. Right, parasitism, you see that in that also one is getting, one species is getting benefited and another one is negative effect or harmful. Right, so why it is so? Because predation, and what is the difference between the predation and predator? That is the main, right? When we talk about parasitism, and the predator here, the organism parasites, and there another species, number of host, you can say parasite and host, where they are parasitizing. Parasites means these are predation also positive and negative, parasitism is also positive, means one species positive, other one negative, harmful and useful. One is getting beneficial, other one is getting harm. How? But in the same case here also, predation also, one prey is being killed by predators. Predators are getting huge beneficial, and then another one prey is getting harm, the positive and negative. So here also, but the difference is there. Parasites stick with the host body, right? Parasite stick with the host body. That is the main difference, which given in your book also. The question will be not answer, but they ask question, what is the difference between these? While the both are same, but one is beneficial, other one getting harm. But why? What is the difference then? So now I am telling you this difference. Here parasites always attached with the host body. While in case of predators are taking their food and they move away. They are being killed, are eaten by that, and they will means there no need to stick with that. But here they are sticking, they are slowly they are eating host body, right? So now then we talk about the parasite. First of all, parasites are two types, we can say, ectoparasite and endoparasite. Endoparasite means when parasite organisms outside of the body, they are stuck with the host body but outside, externally. that is called ecto means outside, external. Here endoparasite, when that parasite remains inside the body. As you know, in human being, when we talk about human being, we also host, as you can say, Plasmodium life cycle you have seen. The Plasmodium is a parasite. Plasmodium is a parasite and human being is a host, right? So now that will be internally. So then endoparasite. So number of head loose or lice in human being, then ticks in animal, means these are the ectoparasites. Leech also here. Ectoparasites means they are externally they are sucking the blood of their host body. In that they are the Plasmodium, a number of Plasmodium vivax and number of other bacteria and viruses. Those are parasites, or those are in, when we talk about human being, so these are in human being, number of viruses, all pathogens are there. That nowadays coronavirus, COVID-19, that will also be that is a parasite. A host body human being, as a number of cattle also in that bacteria virus they are there, those are causing diseases. So these are ecto and endo. Difference is there. In case of predation, it will stick. Predators stick with their, don't stick, they will kill that organism, they are taking their food and move away. But in case of parasite, that will be stick with their, slowly they are taking. There is lice in our human head, now then ticks in cattle skin, leech again human head, it will stick. Leech that will suck blood. Until unless the whole blood from vessels, it will not be sucked by leech. Till then it will be stick with us. You cannot means you cannot move away from that. So now then, because that is a conductivity of that channel is formed through the blood and that they are sucking that. Now then that will be, so the number of bacteria virus, one example given in your book also, that is Cuscuta plant. Cuscuta plant, that is a plant, you can say that is a Cuscuta, but is also in Hindi it is called Amarbale. It is devoid of chlorophyll, most it is yellow in color. Now that will be in some hazel plant and some leaves are there, it will be growing on that very fast, it will be grow, and then that will be taking the all chlorophyll and food which are prepared by the host body. So slowly the whole plant on which they are surviving, now that will be finished, killed, because they are taking the all chlorophyll and all what are the mineral salts from this. So now that is a plant parasite, you can say, Cuscuta amarbale. So now this is about the parasitism. That interaction is called parasitism, and I think is that clear, the difference between predators and prey, parasites. Means predation and parasitism. Means in both cases when interaction will be there, so one species is getting benefit, other one getting harm. But in what's the different way, only basic difference is there, it will move away, it will attach with that host body, right? This is about that. And now some more examples, I will just check it out, how many examples are given in your book for parasitism. Calotropis I have told, you can make underline. Cactus I told about that, the thorns are there. Now then, other nicotine, caffeine, these are the, and one more term is there, phytophagous plants. Phytophagous means those insects which are feeding on plants. Phyto means plants, phagus means eater, means those insects which are eating on plants. That is also parasites. That is phytophagous, it is given, and you can make underline of the second paragraph, that is phytophagous. All insects are known to be phytophagous, feeding on plants, sap and other parts of plants. So now then it will be harmful for the plant's body. So today for this one, now tomorrow the next class we will see the next interactions are there, total 6 interactions are there, we will take one by one, right? 2 we have covered, now only last 4 interactions we will take next class, okay? So then please revise, homework will be given to you in your that portal, and second is when we will see how many questions you have done. Now then I think you would be able to do mostly all question number till question number 14 or 13, till 13 you can do that one, okay? So when you will give it, when you will finish the whole chapter, then you will submit me that homework, okay? Because 1 or 2 I am giving question 3, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, so then that will be again and again you are giving that. So once you will finish the chapter, then you will submit. Okay. So now then, for this for today, this is up to this one only, and then tomorrow we will start the next common solution. Okay.